Zordon, I'm on my way. Hey guys, Green Ranger 1701 back here with another cosplay review. Today we are talking about the comic version of Nightwing. Now, there are 4 versions of Nightwing on the SimCosplay website. There are 2 comic book related versions and the 2 from the recently running Titans show, which is an awesome show, by the way. You should check it out. This one is the first one that they made, I believe. This one's running about $109. And of course, you can get all these things cheaper if you use my personal code, GreenRanger1701, for 7% off your entire order. Cheap plug. Anyway, overall, not too excited about this particular cosplay. And the reason being, I think some things might have been overdone, where less is more, as we like to say. For instance, the little chest piece here of the, kind of the symbol of the Nightwing is buttoned. As you can see, there are 2 buttons on the front, and then there's buttons on the shoulder where it actually breaks the design going over the shoulder and behind the back. And anybody who knows the Nightwing character understands it has this kind of the bird that runs over the back and the front, kind of representing that logo. So on the back is the same thing. Now, the really weird part about this cosplay is it has the 2 buttons on the other piece just like this. However, there's no spot to button them. You have the 2 pieces on the shoulders, but the lower back is where it zips up all the way to the collar to put on this one-piece cosplay. So there wasn't a lot of thought that went into this one, and I personally don't think it was worth the $109 that they're asking. And I really don't like to be negative, but there's not much that I can say that's too positive about this. But there are a couple of things. For instance, I like the gloves. Not many cosplays come with the right type of gloves. We know from Batman, we know from many other characters, especially the White Ranger, which I recently reviewed on, you should check out, had just regular pairs of gloves instead of pullover up to the forearms as that particular cosplay should. So they got that right. They also got a decent looking mask. It is nothing special. I have one that I actually got from Spirit Halloween a few years back, and I think you can still find it on their website. But it's more plastic, it sticks out more, it's more form-fitting, it's more stern, it gives you a better look, especially if you're going for that comic book look. This one doesn't sit on the nose very well, therefore it doesn't really flex with you. As you can see, these are sticking out. They don't really lean against the head without using some form of adhesive. The one plus about this is it just has a single band, which for those with long hair, you can just hide that band with that, so that's really cool. The boots are just covers. They don't actually have boots that come with this cosplay, and I felt like for $109, maybe they should have, even if they were something cheap. But these are really just boot covers that go from the top of the foot up to the knee, and they zip up the back. Just use any standard pair of black boots that you might have, and that would obviously work for this, but you wouldn't really need to be concerned because these do the job in covering it. The overall size, fit, and complexity of the costume, it's simple, and they got my measurements right, which they normally do. They're very good about that sort of thing. It's comfortable, it's not too hot, you can move, very flexy, no problem. You can do anything you do in normal clothes, so that's always a plus. You'd be able to run around an event for hours without really being too bothered. Obviously, unless you're extremely flexible, it's going to take 2 people to get this zipped up behind you. I've been able to do it with my White Ranger one, but I don't recommend it because it's kind of frustrating. So overall, I wouldn't recommend this for the price. Now, what I would recommend is there is another Nightwing cosplay that is designed to be comic book version, where these bird logos are actually sewed into the cosplay itself, so there's no break in the fabric. It's one piece. It looks very simple. It looks way better. I think there's a little more detail to it as well. That's half the price, $53.99, I believe. And again, use that discount for even less. I would go with that, honestly. Now, I am also eagerly waiting to test out the Titans version 2 cosplay that Sim just put out. That actually has armor on it. It has, I believe it has a kind of a sternum / belly armor. It has shoulders, and it might even have some legs and hips. From the initial views, it looks good, and I do intend to do that one at some point. Overall, again, I wouldn't recommend this, unfortunately. Is it fun? If you're not looking to do much, sure, but again, when you see a $53 one that looks so much better, I would go with that. I would definitely, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can access that, but I would choose that over this one, and I haven't even tested that out yet. So, unfortunately, not a recommendation, but it is what it is. That's what I'm here for. I do these reviews to give you a better idea of what you can do with the cosplay that you buy. Thank you so much for the support I've received on my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't, like and subscribe today to keep this channel moving forward. So grateful for your support, and we'll check you guys next time.
Dragon Sword!